how's everybody doing today? Today we're going to start a new series, Bronze to GM, Ana Edition. Now before you guys go up in arms, this is actually not going to be me feeding my ego going from Bronze to GM, because that's not really fun for anybody. I don't think having a GM with GM mechanics, even playing stupid in a lower elo, is fun for anybody. I think it's honestly just an ego feeder, and it's not something that I'd like to do, and it's not beneficial too much for a lot of people. With that being said, what I'm going to be doing is taking someone from bronze, silver, gold, etc, and then essentially critiquing their gameplay. And as the series goes on, we're going to go through harder and harder concepts, and more importantly, concepts that are gatekeeping people from breaking through their plateaus. So if you find anything of use for you or your friend, hey man, drop a like, comment, sub. Hate doing that. It's just how the algorithm works, and your boy wants to grow. So it is what it is, but let's jump right into the video. Before we get started, I want to really give a huge shout out to Bronzo. Thank you so much for letting me use your content, bro. Really appreciate it. Him and I are part of the same subreddit, and I saw him post some of the replay codes, and I said, hey bro, is it cool if I use your content to essentially doing a VOD review online? It might help you, it might help others, and he says, go for it, and he sent me a few more also, so thanks a lot. I like the punching of the monitor, great. Letting your DPS go out first, waiting for your tank also. Really smart gameplay. Honestly speaking, I see this happen all the way up to Diamond Masters and even sometimes in GM, but let your tanks and DPS go out first. At higher elos, I know most people know this, but that being said, we all get caught slipping, so just make sure you don't. This is also a really good way to see what type of shots are hitting your teammates, so certain hit scans, projectiles, and it's really good for helping you pre-plan. If you see Widow shots, for instance, you already know that the way you position is going to be a little less hardscopey, making sure that she's not getting really easy snipes. Because whenever you hardscope, it makes a really easy target for you to just get shot at by Hanzos and Widows, etc. Positionally, I actually really like where you are. Remember, when you play Ana, you are a sniper, but you can actually tango in the mid-range, and it's better to be closer to your team in moments like these because they're pushing the aggression, they're about to turn corner. And if you were back during sniper range, they would have turned a corner, you wouldn't be able to see them, and more importantly, you wouldn't be able to land aggressive nades and sleeps like you're able to do right now, so overall, pretty good. That being said, because you only have a few meters to go, be careful, don't stay on cart and play back here. So it's good that you're playing mid-range the entire time, but especially when it's final contest and the other team's trying to snowball, get off of cart because you want the other team to either commit to killing you, which means C9ing the cart and having your cart push all the way and capping the checkpoint, or have them contest your team where you have free nades and sleeps to shoot out. You don't want to be on cart in moments like these because you're going to be the first person targeted, and more importantly, you're making their job easy. They can contest support and contest cart at the same time. Make them choose one of the two. Now that the fight is done, let's see where you position. Ideally, you go up top here because it's already cleared. It looks like you're pathing main. Oh. It looks like you're pathing underneath. Oh. Okay, we're going to be pausing it here because I need to explain something. When you're playing Ana, aggressive positioning is extremely important. LOSing your team, LOSing where the other team might come out of, harkening back to what I was talking about, landing aggressive nades and sleeps. And it's all about committing to a position. It seems like you're unsure going bottom, left, or top, so even if you get to top eventually, the other team might already be in the middle of the fight. So you need to make sure that you're prompt in making decisions, and it's okay to make the wrong decision, just get to there fast. That's the most important thing. You have to learn from your mistakes, but to do so, you also have to make dedicated decisions. So instead of going left, middle, maybe top, and spending all those times going to each location, try to commit to one. And it looks like your team is actually already fighting, so fair enough. Rightly predicted, but it looks like you're landing some good shots. Okay, you're getting a little bit contested up here, and you immediately drop. So actually, you knew no one was on your right, and you only knew that there was somebody on your left, and you have sleep and nade. So obviously this comes with confidence, and I understand that maybe you're not confident in your abilities, but at least try to hold that high ground, especially if you can just jump off and hop onto your team on cart. Like, just use your sleep, use your nade aggressively, try to get the kill, and if you can't secure the high ground, just jump off, that's fine. But at least try, because it gives you the perfect LOS. Overall though, it looks like you're hitting your shots, and more importantly, you're taking time with your shots, and you're cycling between your sleep and nade pretty well, so bro, this is pretty good gameplay as I can tell so far. Nice sleep, nice nade, I like it. I'm just going to repeat myself from before, but when it's the last fight for the checkpoint, just stay back. And that being said, it looks like you're landing your shots, your nades, your sleeps. This is really good overall gameplay, bro. This is solid. One thing I'm noticing is that you're constantly contextualizing your positioning with the cart, like you're always on cart, behind cart, or above it, to the left, to the right, and overall it's okay, but remember the fight is more important. So right now, your team's already on cart. I'd like you to get a little bit more of an aggressive position. You don't have to go into their back line or all the way up front, but I just need you to take some time, take some interesting risks, and make sure that, especially on attack, you can land these aggressive nades and sleeps for your team to capitalize on these kills. You don't want cart to dictate where you're going, you want the fight to. I like some of these unscoped shots that you're hitting. I would like to see more quickscopes, but that being said, I understand that this is bronze, and I'll make a separate video about going over the mechanics and getting better. But yeah, because you're letting the cart dictate where you're at, you're kind of ass deep with Zarya in your face, and she's fully charged, so luckily you don't seem to be dying, and it seems that you're very good with reactionary behavior, which is good. But that being said, again, maybe worry about the fight first before just heading ass deep into their front line. Nice shots. I actually like that sleep dart. You just put your crosshair right over her. Obviously she strafed it, but we like it. So let's talk a little bit about your thought process here. Your win condition is very simple. It's Nanoblade. So there's two ways to keep Nanoblade going here. Keep yourself alive and keep the Genji alive. So make sure that your positioning is putting yourself in a safe place where you're not going to die, and putting yourself in a way where you can heal the Genji. Very simple stuff, but it's an easy 1, 2, 3 on capping the point here. So we're going to see if you do those two things, keeping yourself and the Genji alive, making sure that the Nanoblade happens. One other thing I'd like to mention, and this goes for all supports, is not all heals are made equal. In a lot of different videos that I see with top 100 players, etc., are people saying, you forgot to heal this person, or you forgot to heal that person. I guarantee you a top 100, top 50, whatever it is, support player isn't forgetting to heal somebody, but they're taking the risk. It's either that they're trying to secure a certain win condition, or they're relying on that individual to grab a health pack because they're in a safer location. You don't need to blindly heal everybody to full HP. Like in this case, personally, I wouldn't even care about the Roadhog because I think Genji is 100% the priority here. So remember, not all heals are made equal, and in a situation where you've correctly defined your win condition, that's what matters the most, and keep to it. So let's see what happens now. Looks like Genji's alive, and now he's dead. Hopefully we don't nano the— oh, okay, we do. So originally I'd say that Roadhog is the second best nano target, but because you guys are already down 5v4, it's better to just save the resources. Also, I peeped the miss on the McCree with the sleep dart, which is totally fine, but I'd like to go back to my last video where I explained to people that we just need to work on unscoped, scoped, sleeps, and nades. Their projectiles, hit scan, everything's a little different, and working on all sides of Ana aim is really important. And whoever's watching this, if you're not willing to work on those things, don't complain about the elo you're at. Aiming is a huge part of playing a aim-based hero. I'm going to pause it here just so I can give you guys some information how to shoot sleep dart. First, the very easy one is put your crosshair over the person and hit shift, or wherever you have sleep bound. Very easy, very simple, and it's how you land sleeps on characters that are not moving or very fat. Think people like McCree when ulting, Reinhardt's, Roadhogs, etc. The next is when the concept gets a little more applicable to other moments, so you track and then sleep. So if you notice, there's actually a half-second cast time when it comes to hitting your sleep dart. So when you become a pretty good Ana player and you get good at actually tracking during that half second, you'll actually be able to hit those crazy flick sleeps a lot more with more consistency. So let me show you how this looks like in real game speed and not on bots. As I see the Lucio peeking out over here, I already know I'm going to use sleep dart, and you see me track a little bit, and I flick where I know his location's going to be because of his momentum. It's simple, not easy, so keep working at it, and remember the steps to ramp up to this point. Work on making sure your crosshair is actually level with the target first, hitting your easy sleeps on tanks and targets that are completely still. and then learning how to track for that half second before eventually adding that flick at the very end. But definitely walk before you run, and hopefully you guys will get to a level where you're hitting those consistently. One thing I really like about your gameplay right now is that you're taking time with your shots, you're highly accurate, and it does look like when you're not cart focused, you are holding onto these walls to prevent unneeded LOS from the other team. So I actually really enjoy this. Your positioning's really good, you're holding onto wall, you're hugging, you're taking time with your shots, and you're pretty good at cycling between unscoped and scoped. I will say adding quickscope will definitely up your gameplay. Unfortunately, kill by the McCree there, that's totally fine. You did the right thing hugging wall, you were just at the taper end of the wall, so it is what it is. But now knowing that your accuracy is so high, one thing I do want to mention is that maybe we increase your APM. So APM stands for actions per minute, and basically the higher your accuracy goes, you also want to increase your APM, and it might lower your accuracy, but over time it'll increase the amount of stuff that you're able to do in a smaller period of time. Anybody at any elo can hit 80% scoped accuracy. It's not that hard, especially if you're taking time with shots. However, if you're noticing that you're highly accurate with your shots, increase the actions that you're doing. Here you see the nade, the unscoped, nano into the unscoped, back into a sleep with a quick scope in between and going back to the unscoped. So this is all things that I know you can do with certain amounts of accuracy. You just need to do it faster and back to back. And especially when you're playing in bronze, I'm really glad that you're focusing on the accuracy part of your gameplay, but the next step now is to increase your overall action. So try to hit 1 or 2 more shots than you normally would in a certain period of time, so that'll probably expedite your aim time a little bit more. And don't worry if you see your accuracy dip just a tad, because it will go right back up after you start getting used to it, and make sure to aim train during that period too. But again, higher accuracy, great, increase APM, accuracy goes down, eventually we'll go back up, increase APM, etc, etc, and eventually you'll look like a top 500 player. Okay, look, you're doing great here, you're hugging wall, don't break what isn't broken. You also have nano, it looks like you don't have any DPS ults coming up, so I would combo with the Roadhog here. Again, same theory applies, you stay alive, Roadhog stays alive, everybody's happy with the combo. You can't really LOS your Roadhog here, it seems like you're getting gatekept by the McCree a little bit, but you end up having a very good last minute nano to save him, and you have a great sleep and 1v1 with the Cree. Very well done, and I like the fact that you're playing around corners right now, playing for the fight and not just aping on cart. I take it back, you're aping on cart, but it looks like you have a handle on things. And yes, you're missing shots and sleeps, but this is good aggressive gameplay. I love the way you use your nade, your sleeps off of cooldown. You're justifying why you're playing Ana. A lot of people who play Ana at lower elos are scared to use nade and sleep because they're worried they'll miss, and I don't see any of that from you. So overall, awesome job. I love how you handle yourself as Ana. It doesn't look like bronze gameplay to me, my guy, and I think if you implement the things that I've talked about in this video, climbing will be coming sooner than later for you, and overall, I think it was just a great VOD to look over. He submitted other VODs that I'll go over later in the channel, especially because this bronze to GM isn't going to be one VOD per one level, so we'll probably look over some more of his videos in the future, along with silver, gold, plat, diamond, etc. So if you guys are watching this video and you love the series, please continue your support. I got so much love from the last video, and I really appreciate everything you guys do for the community. And honestly, overall, it's just been a fantastic experience. But yeah, hopefully you guys stick around for the next video so we can all get to our Overwatch goals, and peace.